He is a Zimbabwean traditional music genius, Mbira maestro. Chartwell Dutiro grew up in rural Zimbabwe and started playing the Mbira when he was just 4. The Mbira, which is an ancient instrument consisting of 22 metal keys mounted on a wooden soundboard, Chartwell and his brother would often play Mbira all night, calling the ancestral spirits for guidance, as has been done in Zimbabwe over the centuries. As a teenager, Chartwell joined the Salvation Army band, and when he moved to the capital, he played in a military marching band. From 1986 to 1994, he toured the world with the legendary Thomas Mapfumo and the Black Sun Limited. Since 1994, Chartwell has been based in Britain, performing, recording, teaching, and building bridges through his music. Now he joins us right here in our studios in New York. Welcome.
Thank you. This also.
Okay. Now, you've been playing since 4.
Yes, I've been playing since.
How did that happen? Because when you're just 4 years old, the Mbira instrument is even bigger than yourself.
Definitely. But you know, when you grow up with the Mbira around you, sometimes, I remember sometimes I would sit on it, sometimes kick it around. I never knew that this was going to be my life.
Right.
So, and the teaching at around 4 is not like someone will sit you down in a class. You just watch the elders, my brother and my cousins playing, and then I try it myself until they say, that's good. So really, I never thought this was going to be my life.
Okay. Now, when we talk about the Mbira, most people might not even understand what it is. But like I said in the intro, it's a key. It's got 22 keys,
yes,
and it has metal.
Yeah, these metal pieces are hand forged,
right,
by a blacksmith. And when they forge them, they are shaping the envelope sound. And then they place them on a piece of wood.
Right.
And as you probably know, or I'll show the people later, when it's on its own, it's not that loud.
Right.
Then we have to put it in a big gourd, a calabash, a vegetable like a pumpkin.
That you've taken the insides out.
Scoop out all the seeds and even put more shells around it for buzzing. So it's a buzzing instrument, really.
And this is a very, what they call a sacred instrument in Zimbabwe.
It is very sacred. Like you said, it has ever been like that since Shona people have been there. And it's played in ritual ceremonies called Mbira, where we play the music for the whole night. And a lot of things happen. Some people sing, some people dance, and some people get possessed by the spirits of
So it's
ancestors.
used to invoke the spirits to come.
Yes, that's the right word. Okay. Invoke the spirits of the ancestors, and they come and they inhabit on spirit mediums. And some people in other parts might call them shaman.
Right.
But in Zimbabwe, in Southern Africa, we call them spirit mediums.
Okay, so now throughout the colonial days, you know, and the Bible days, people have classified the Mbira to be a dark instrument.
Yes.
Doing bad things, you know, witch, sorcery and all that. How have you responded to this?
You make me fly.
That was the norm. You know, people say, even our own Shona people would look at it and say, that's not a cool person playing Mbira.
Yes, I was actually seen as a vagabond, marombe in Shona. Right. But this came with colonialism, as you know. The missionaries, when they came, they brought the Bible, and they were converting people to Christianity. So they wanted to divide people and rule them as well. So enable for them to succeed with the Bible, they had to demonize the Mbira. So they thought we were worshiping the devil. Right. But when the same spirit comes in a church context, they would say it's a Holy Spirit. Right. But it was all propaganda.
Right, right. Okay, now over the years, you've also toured around with Thomas Mapfumo, who's one of the world's greatest traditional music, Gochimurenga music, as they call it. Yeah. And the Mbira was the instrument that kind of like took center stage around the amplified guitars and modern instruments.
Yes, it did. I mean, Thomas is a genius. Before I joined the Blacks Unlimited in 1986, he was just using guitars, you know, legend guitarists like the late Jonah Story and Joshua Dube were sitting down with Mbira music and take the timbre of the Mbira and imitate the sound of the Mbira
from the guitar. Yes.
Yes, and they would have this guitar style with damped strings.
Right.
But when I joined in 1986, I was the first Mbira player to be actually in the band.
Right.
So I was
to fuse the Mbira and the instruments.
Yes.
Right, because I also remember from Thomas Mafumo the art that he's kept with his music, that even when he dances, he's dancing to the tune and the beat of the Mbira instead of the guitars as a whole.
Exactly, and you know, it's like some of the dancers who were in the Blacks Unlimited would choreograph a little bit, but they would get all the styles in traditional way of dancing. Even Thomas Mafumo himself, he would dance like a spirit medium, really.
So now you also teach Mbira. You've been teaching, I mean, you're actually teaching here in the United States now. You're teaching over in England and throughout the world where you go and do workshops and stuff like that. You're also a dance choreographer, a dance teacher.
Yes, I am. In fact, when I was at Kumbe, around the time
this is
of
Kumbe in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Brooklyn.
yes, and around the Dance Africa Week, I did a dance workshop there. Yes, I do, and I've got my own Mararano Mbira Academy, which is now based in a place called Dartington in Devon, where I have also produced a prospectus that gives people different ways of getting into Shona culture, from Mbira playing, history of the Mbira, the history of Zimbabwe, Shona language itself. I've got a man called Chenjerai Shiri, who teaches at SOAS, London University, who is also teaching at the academy. And I've got a dancer who also teaches dancing. So yes, I'm determined to make sure that the music of Zimbabwe, especially Mbira music, is preserved and taken to different cultures.
Okay, now when we talk about that, we've seen that now after Thomas Mafumo, we've had other groups that are starting that have been also playing alongside using the Mbira instrument, but we've also now seen a very diverse range through the young generation. I mean, for instance, Chioniso Marairo, who just passed, had switched it up a little bit, where she would fuse English lyrics and, you know, the Mbira. And how have you been feeling about this kind of dynamics?
Well,
does it
go
favorably?
I like the Mbira to go, you know, even though it has got its cultural context where it connects us with our ancestors, I also believe that it's a musical instrument. So different generations, I think that's what keeps this music alive. You know, I think it's better for us to save the creation rather than the tradition, because we can't put the tradition in a glass. So young people will come with different ideas, and I'm sure traditionalists would always have a problem with that. But myself, you know, otherwise I wouldn't be teaching around the world if I had a problem with the development
and we've been losing a lot of our Mbira players. I mean, we've lost recently Ambuya Joko. We've lost obviously Dumisani Maraire, Mujuru, Mujuru, and it's kind of like we're looking around like, who do we have? We have you, but
thanks.
You know, so in that sense of preserving it, like you're saying, you are busy teaching out there. Now we also have Ambuya Stella situation, who's based in Germany but still performs. So we seem like we're running short on the Zimbabwean music scene.
Well, internationally, international stage, we might say that, but
Right.
in traditional sense, the people who taught me, they are still there.
Right.
And I think that's the slight problem that we have with media, because it picks few people who
Right.
come around. But if we go deep, we've got people like Tute Chigamba,
Oh yeah,
who is, you know, still making Mbira and performing. He's still there. And there is my brother Chikomborero and William, the gang that taught me to play Mbira. They are still there, but they are not exposed to the outside world. And I think there's young people coming who are playing the way they feel, not necessarily in a ceremony context. You know, in the West Coast here, we've got some of the Chigamba family. They are there playing and teaching, and we have got other people from different cultures.
Okay, I know we're running short of time, and you have a class to take today.
Yes.
But I'm not going to let you leave without performing for us.
That
so I'm
would be
going to
good.
invite Nora Balaban from Mbira to join you on set and play a number for us. So we'll be right back.
We are going to play a song called Mahororo, and Nora Balaban is going to join me.